What's going on, everybody? It's DFS. We're checking back in. We got our PGA live stream coming at you guys here. Beautiful, beautiful Tuesday evening. We have the second major of the season coming at you guys here on the On the Dot show. So appreciate you all tuning in, and very, very excited. My man Teaser had a little bit of technical difficulties, but he is back. We're ready to roll.
On the iPad,
on his iPad, looking crisp. I like it. How are you feeling tonight, buddy?
Good, man. Excited for the second major of the year. Last week was kind of rough for me. I don't know. The Myrtle Beach finish was actually even. I was kind of tuning into that more than the Truist. I don't know, the Truist. It was okay. I thought. How did you think of the course? Like I thought it was cool. I mean, my bets weren't great at all. I know Cantley was kind of going low there on a Sunday, but obviously he can never finish it. So I'm over betting his outright. I said it last week. I'm done with it. I can't do it to myself anymore. But how did you finish up?
Hit a couple top 20s, but my outrights were, Clark and Rose was illiterate last week. So the course fit him perfectly, and he was just like, nah, I'm over it. I don't want to play.
Yeah.
So that Connors, he just had a lackluster Friday. Otherwise, he's up there. But he still continues to play pretty dang good golf throughout the season. And but Bradley and then Keith Mitchell had a good first round, so he stayed up there and got cashed the top 20 for me there. Berger was terrible. Not terrible. He just was blah. So, but no, I wasn't on Thomas, and I kicked myself. I've been on Lowry's train all year long, and for whatever reason, I said, you know what? Let's just not play him this week. And I think I just couldn't believe that Straka. Like I sat here same time last week, and I said all these models are having Straka at the top. I don't get it. I think it's because of past success, and he just literally shoved that right in my face and said, I'm still here, buddy. So shout out to everybody that stuck with Straka, cashed an outright there. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I thought I was more #sharp than that, but man, he fooled me. All right. So with that, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure if you guys have not hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and leave a comment on who you think will win. I'm giving away $25 to 2 people who comment. So make sure you guys throw a comment below who you think will win. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, like I said, PGA Championship, second major of the year. Optimism at an all-time high. Very, very pumped up. So last week was a little bit different. They had a new course because the Wells Fargo / Truist Championship usually is played at Quail Hollow. They are now playing at the Quail Hollow this coming weekend for the major championship. Tell us how and what a golfer needs to have to be successful here. Talk about the course a little bit. I think I have a general idea how I want to attack this, but let me hear from you, Teaser.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep it short so we can kind of go through the board and stuff. But I mean, we've seen it. I mean, if you're a golf fan, we've seen it over the years at the Wells Fargo, like you said. It's going to be 7,600 yards this week, par 71. So obviously a long course. Bermuda greens, firm and fast. A few comp courses is the South Course at Torrey Pines, Olympia Fields, Bethpage Black, Muirfield, which we'll see in a few weeks, and then Southern Hills and Valhalla from last year's PGA Championship. Basically, you'll see it everywhere this week. It's just everyone's going to be on the longer players off the tee. It's going to be torrential downpour Monday through Wednesday. It already did yesterday, and it was raining today. So it's going to make the course soft. It's going to be a lot of carry off the tee, what people are looking for. And then I think a lot is 170 yards plus, really. That's kind of where the approach comes through at this course. So you're going to see a lot of people putting that into models as well. So guys who can score on 450 plus yard par fours and are, elite with the long irons. Key stats, like I said, driving distance, strokes gain approach. Scrambling will be key, obviously, because it's going to be, more major type venue. And then bogey avoidance is always key in these type of courses. So really just top 15 players I kind of outlined for driving distance. Obviously Bryson's number 1, Rory 2, Rasmus Højgaard 3, Kitayama, Xander, Minwoo, Wyndham, Aberg, Adam Scott, surprisingly, and Pendrith. So really top 10 proximity from 175 plus. Neiman's a good one, which everyone will probably be on this week. Scotty's there, Aberg, Kitayama, John Rahm, Berger, Brooks, and Rory. So it's kind of just a few things I'm looking at, really, just the long irons and the driving distance, essentially. So
yeah, this could be a bomber's paradise this weekend with all the heavy rains. But there's obviously different ways you can attack this one. Like Denny McCarthy has a great track record at this course, and he's not a heavy ball hitter whatsoever. I really like the course comp of the Torrey Pines South course,
sure.
where Harris English and Ludwig, those guys who hit the ball very, very far, but they have elite iron games, and they can just scramble enough to get it right. I think I obviously favor driving distance to a lot of people this week. But don't forget the long iron approaches. Don't forget the scrambling around the green, bogey avoidance, all that stuff. So just make sure you're just not saying, okay, yeah, Rory hits the ball very far, or
Right.
Keith Mitchell hits the ball very far, or whoever it is, and then you just plug him in your lineup. Or yeah, let's do a top 20 on him. Or Scotty hits the ball far. Obviously, there's different ways that you can win here. But if you're differentiating somebody, you can go off of the driving distance over accuracy, but don't forget about around the green, scrambling, and bogey avoidance this week. So huge there. So let's get to the board real quick with the winners. So I mean, you got two heavy favorites. You got Scotty plus 425 over on DraftKings, Rory plus 500, and Bryson plus 950. Those three stand out, obviously, to everybody. And if this was Wells Fargo, you've seen a lot of, you've seen Scotty not playing the Wells Fargo as often. So maybe this is just a golf course that doesn't suit him to an extent. However, on the contrary, you have Rory that absolutely demolishes this place. Played here for a very long time, has the course record. He's going to be very, very, very highly owned in DK. I'm looking at, close to 30%, which is 5 to 10% more than Scotty. Obviously, you're getting a price discount as well with Rory. So you're going to see a lot of Rory love. He's playing kind of pressure free. And I think, the plus 500 isn't terrible. It's just something for me that I'm never going to play these guys under plus 1,000. What do you think there on those three?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Scotty wins this week. I honestly don't think Rory does either, but I don't know. It's tough with. I've talked myself more as I go into Bryson.
He's
I know on
very
DraftKings,
popular. Yep.
yeah, he's honestly the best number is 950, which is horrible. But on Bet365, I suggest that everyone download that. They're doing like an enhanced win, and you can get him at 14-1. So that's really the only place I think if I do play him, that's kind of I think you got to get over 10-1.
Is that
I
only
mean,
for Bryson, or is it for anybody?
it's for anyone, so you can get Rory at 8-1.
So you go 8-1 with Rory. Okay.
You could go, which I don't hate it either. I think that's a good price with him. And I don't think there's any really the max bet's pretty high, so you can go pretty decent with that. Yeah, Bryson, it's just like we've seen him obviously at the Masters. We know what he did last year. Got second at Valhalla, which is a concourse. It's just like, I mean, he can go 20 under. He can go in a dogfight, you know. So it's like he's won in multiple different ways. It's just like one of those courses where all you do is hit it and you figure it out. It's one of those where like I think JT had a comment this week and Rory. It's like it's a great course how it's set up, but you don't really have to think. So that's kind of why I like Bryce a lot. You kind of just hit it and you just go hit your next shot. So
yeah.
I
mean, I like you're saying. I mean, these top three obviously are going to be very, very highly owned in DFS. But I mean, look at the last 5 for Bryson: T10, 5th, tied for 5th at the Masters, second runner up in Mexico City, and then 1 Korea. So
yeah, coming off.
He's just playing exceptional, and with everybody being in the final group on Sunday at a Masters, his YouTube channel. I mean, he's just his popularity is probably gone through the roof right now. So
Yeah,
just know that when you're playing DFS, he's going to come with ownership, but Bryson and Rory have it for good measure. So, I mean, obviously, if I had to take one of the two, I'd probably lean to Bryson, just because of the better number, plus a little bit more revenge there. It'd be pretty wild if we get another Rory Bryson Sunday last group pairing. That'd be pretty sick. Grow the rivalry a little bit there. That'd be cool.
yeah, I can see it. I mean, the off the tee numbers are kind of insane. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at him. I mean, at the Masters, he gets 5th. He loses on approach. I mean, and he's sneaky good short game too. So you kind of need that around here too. So I think I prefer him over the other two. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But Rory could just win all 4 majors. I don't know.
Right. And then you have the 6 golfers that round out the 18-1 to 30-1. You got, and these golfers, I'm kind of more in love with these golfers here, but Rahm, Xander, JT, Morikawa, Ludwig, and Neiman. And I mean, is this the time to jump on Xander, bud? Like, I really think it is. He loves this course. Has good track record here. I mean, he had a great Sunday, and hopefully uses that momentum coming in. I don't know if I pull the trigger on the outright. I really don't know if I do that, but it's top 10, which I didn't play last week, but I screamed it on the stream last week, plus 140. Yeah. He got T11, but I think I'm gonna play that this week. I think you can get it boosted on FanDuel to like plus 222. So I'm thinking that's the way I'm going to play that boost right now, is to go from it's plus 170 on FanDuel, plus 180 on DraftKings. So I think I'm going to go roll that route with Xander. What do you think about Xander or anybody in this group? Because you were on Xander last week, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. It was frustrating. It was just, I think, just didn't do much on Thursday, Friday, but he kind of started going in to get that T11 on the weekend. But I don't know. He's just, I watched a lot of him because I had him pretty much every shot. But like, he's just not crisp enough. Like the wedges and irons aren't quite there yet when he needs them all 4 days. I do like a top 10. I mean, he kind of backdoored almost a top 10 last week. So I don't think he's going to get it done. I don't think he's there yet. I think obviously I don't like Morikawa. I don't think I like Aberg. I think he lost 4 strokes last week on approach, which is pretty alarming going into a major here. I mean, I'm just trying to find reasons to get off people, honestly. So I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, we could sit up here and tell you guys all day long that, hey, Obviously, play Ludwig, play Morikawa, whatever. But we think of reasons why not to play somebody. So I like this. Yep.
And then just I don't know. JT is kind of, I haven't made a bet on it yet, but like I told myself after last week, it's like, I mean, you watch this guy, he can't hit a fairway. Like that's not good here, but still like he won and then he got a third. So I don't know. He's good vibes here. He's won here before in 2017 and it looks like he's back. The putter's there. So like I think in that range, the 22 to 1's probably the best in my opinion. I can't touch Rom at all. You can't touch him at all. I don't think.
So another note on Rom, which probably going to bite me in the ass. Same with Scotty, is that when he was on tour, he did not play this course when he had the chance to. He'd always avoid it. So, like you're saying, reasons not play somebody. Obviously this course I don't think fits Jon Rahm. And I'm not going to say the course doesn't fit Scotty because I think any course fits. Scotty can go out and dominate. But I'm just thinking of reasons against these guys. Even though Rahm, he was horrible in the Masters, which I was on, but he backdoored a top 20. He got T14 at the Masters, so he still put together a good weekend, and he's still capable enough to do it. So I think if you're playing more high risk lineups for your DFS lineups, I think Jon Rahm's a perfect place because he's coming in at like 10% ownership because no one's talking about him, and just there's a lot of reasons to get away from him. So, but yeah, I'm totally fine with if you want to roll the dice with Jon Rahm. But back to JT real quick, he's got to be back, right? Like second T36 of the Masters, which off the tee, like you said, he was just horrible off the tee, but his around the green was electric, which helped him out. Putter at the RBC went absolutely nuts, but last week, tee to green almost gained 10 strokes on the field. I mean, something's clicking, and if it's not the putter, it's the driver, and if it's the driver, or it's the chipping game around the green. So I think JT hasn't even put it all together, and he's still putting stupid numbers up. Second, 36th, first, and second. So he's definitely in the up there with his course history. Plus, 22 to 1. Pretty good number there for someone of JT's caliber. But as we've always said this on this show, watch, maybe if you don't want to take him round one, maybe blunders in round one, and then you can get a better number, and then he takes off through the weekend. He's done that before plenty of times. So if you don't want to do 22 to 1, just wait. Yep. But Aberg, man, I really want to go back to him, but I'm not going to. Just the only reason why I just think of the Torrey Pines course comp, how it could translate for him, but his approach game is so bad right now. It is so bad. So I just think he's going to struggle, and just a good reason to get off of him on that front. But JT probably takes the cake here with Xander as well in this group for me. And then Neiman, Hatton, and Fleetwood. I think Neiman's going to be a very popular play.
We can just skip three. They ain't winning.
we got Chris here says Neiman probably to win here. He was very, very popular last time against at the Masters. He's like I guess he's a sexy name for people to click on.
I generally don't get it, the hype on him. Like, he's a great player, but like, he's not going to win a major. I don't know. I don't see it. Every time we do this, when he comes back to the Masters, he gets a T29. Like, that's what he does. Like, T58 last year, T39, and a T22 in the major. So he makes cuts. Like, he's there, but then I don't think he's going to close it out,
Right. And I mean, if you look at it from the majors' perspectives, it's a lot of times it's his putting and his approach game, because off the tee he's great off the tee. No, you're gonna have no problems. If his putter gets hot, obviously he can get there, but in the majors he just has not done it. So like we're saying, it's a sexy name, but I'm gonna kind of err on the side of caution here. And I don't know if he's even played at Quail Hollow. I don't think he has on the tour, because he was probably too young whenever he was on the tour for it. But I still don't mind. If you want to play it, I see what you're saying. I mean, he ranks somewhat high in a couple models I'm looking at, but and he's coming in around 10% ownership as well. So
Yeah.
don't mind it if you're playing DFS. 30-1. It's not an awful number. It's just when you have all these heavy hitters in there, I just don't see him winning it. But kudos to anybody out there that wants to play Neiman. Hatton, I think at 45-1 is intriguing. Fleetwood 45-1, but Fleetwood's just not going to win. If you've watched our shows, you just don't bet him to win. Just bet him top 20. Put him in a make the cut parlay or do something like that. He's going to be around. He's got really, really good approach game, iron game, anything that you want to be very, very good at this course. He's there. He's up there with the Xanders and the Rorys with playing good on this course. So it's just a matter of him putting it all together, which he won't do, but good enough to basically make the cut. He was top 5 last week, top 10 the week before, T21 at the Masters. I think he's played, and they got T61 back in 2017 when this was played. Obviously, that's 8 years ago. So obviously don't go off of that too much, but he does have good course history here at Quail Hollow, just not in the majors. But I do like Fleetwood if you're going to put him and make the cuts or maybe T20 or whatnot. Anybody in this mid range that you're looking at here outright?
Honestly, no. I'm not. I'm just gonna skip Cantley. I can't stand taking him outright anymore. Skipping him. Matsuyama, no. Kepka. I think he's a little. I don't think so anymore.
Yep.
I mean, Lowry saw last week. Thought he actually had one in the bags, but the putter disappears on Sunday. Obviously, Sepp. Don't know if he's going to go back to back. But honestly, I think this is more of a long shot. I think, or I guess Connor's in that range at 65-1.
Yep.
But I'm kind of intrigued by Jason Day at 75-1.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who was elite in a past time there, obviously almost a decade ago now. But I mean, he has great course history here. I think he's like top 5 in strokes gained at this course. Yeah, he has a T4 here, T15. He also won in 2018, which was obviously a little bit ago at this point. But I don't know. He's been decent lately. Obviously, 8th in Masters. He kind of shows up for the big ones. I think this course does fit his game pretty well. Hopefully, and he's kind of sneaky long still as well, so that'll kind of help him with the rain and stuff this week. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know about Straka, but I mean Shane 55-1. What do you think of Spieth there? I don't know if you were just saying Spieth, but I think you're on Corey and Henley. Spieth trying to complete the Grand Slam.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Any merit to him 50-1 here? I think it's worth a sprinkle. I really do.
Yeah.
What's more narrative than the Masters completing it for Rory, PGA completing it for Jordan, who hasn't been terrible. It's just nothing that I wanted him to play better last week, but at the same time I didn't because I wanted to have a decent number on him this week, which we got, and he's still coming in sub 10% on DK. What do you think of Jordan this week?
I actually don't mind him. I don't know how much the career Grand Slam plays into his, how I guess it seems like Rory was so much under pressure for that. I don't know if he kind of feels the same pressure to get it done because he got the first 3 at pretty early age. So it's like, I don't know. I don't mind the 50-1. Honestly, he's like the most intriguing name in that bracket for me. I think I'd rather take him over the guys around him. So I don't mind the 50-1 there.
Yeah, I would say he's got the biggest upside, I think, in this group for sure. Like I said, his approach last week was just horrific. Lost like 5 strokes on the approach. But the weeks leading up to it was T12, T14 at the Masters, T18 at RBC, 4th at the Byron Nelson, and just did not hit the approach shots, which may have been, not accustomed to that course whatsoever. But maybe a lot of factors there. But I still think the upside is there for Jordan. So don't rule him out. Make sure you guys give him a chance there. I was on this guy last week, and maybe I go back to him this week, but it's Wyndham Clark is becoming the new Victor Hovland for me. And he's got so much upside, but he's such a head case at the exact same time. So 90-1 is a pretty crazy number for someone obviously a major winner out of Wyndham. But it's just very, very tough to get there with Wyndham because he has so many reasons to not check the box. But but Wyndham, that number, like I said, if you're playing high risk last week, he's one that nobody's going to check. He was horrible. He's sub 5%. So another high risk DFS play that could pay off for you. If you like anybody, any long shots down here at the board?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about his outright. I don't think I'll be on that, but I mean, I think it's just a plug-in top 20 every time we see him in a major, and that's Patrick Reed. You can get plus 210.
He's 90.
I mean,
holy cow.
Yeah. So I mean,
put him in the make the cut one too. He's solid always.
Yeah, with him you can't his strokes gained when he comes over and plays is amazing. I mean, top 5 in course history here. It's just with him, man. He grinds it at the Masters. He's gonna find something. He's good on hard courses. He's good getting around short game wise. He's good at major type venues. So, I mean, I don't mind a 90-1 on him. Obviously, I'm going to be on the top 20 at plus 210 right now, including ties. So I think you're going to get a lot of good numbers on the placements because there's 200 people in the field. So good number there above 2-1. But I think Berger's also a good long shot as well.
Berg dog,
maybe more.
Man. All these guys I was on last week, I'm just going to say play them again.
Yeah, we say it every time. Just
I know.
Roll.
I mean, that number's crazy. Was it 100 or 100-1? And then what's absolutely more insane is that Cam Smith is 130-1. Cam Smith, my guy. That's my ride or die when it comes to these majors with the live guys, but he has just been #really bad. So that's one I'm just going to not waste any money on, but it would not shock me if he's around. But just one of those live guys that have gone down.
Yeah, this course, he's never played it, but it's not the greatest fit for him knowing what he does off the tee. So, I mean, just in the motto is off the tee the past, just taking into account the last 25 years. But he's 150th in the field off the tee. So that's pretty rough at a course like this. I love it, but maybe we'll regroup for U.S. Open or the Open at least. But
he's going to be. He was always popular at the Open for sure. But all right, the last long shot I'll talk about real quick, and I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm just going to put it out in the air in the universe. I kind of think Max Homa is back.
I knew.
I think he's slightly back, and 160-1 is insane. Obviously, don't take that, but I think a decent top 20 play for if you want to do that boost for FanDuel and you want to take him. I want to say his top 20 is plus 400. So I think that is the long shot top 20 play that you can play there. But Homa plays Quail Holly's top 10 in course history here, plays well. Last 3 starts up. This is following 5 cuts in a row. But then the Masters brought the best out of him, T12. Then you have a 70th at RBC. Oh, well, so be it. And then last week, T30. Hey, maybe he found something. And we all know how elite Max Homa was literally a year and a half ago. And you would play him no matter what. So I'm just saying, guys can come back. it's going to be you got to be able to click that and just put away your phone for a little bit and question why are you doing it.
Yeah.
But the number, I think the number's there. Plus 400 top 20, 160 to 1 outright. And I forgot to mention Sammy Burns too, because I've been on him for a couple weeks now, and his
Yep.
number here for a top 20 at plus 280, very intriguing. Outright, what is he, 120 to 1? I think that number's crazy, 120 to 1, but I don't think he's going to end up winning, but I could see him top 20 for sure, plus 280. I think that when you see a plus, 160 and then 400, but then plus 120 and plus 280, I think it just it tells you a little bit more about the line there.
Yep.
So I like Sammy this week. What do you think about Burns?
Yeah, I think he's been playing decent, right? I don't know. I think he had a decent week
A lot better
last week. Yeah, he was up there, I think, on Sunday a little bit.
Mhm.
I guess he finished 30th, but
He faded.
yeah. Yeah, 5th at Byron Nelson, which obviously is a weak course, but yeah, 13th at RBC. I mean, the game's trending a bit, kind of lost strokes all around except putting last week, which is, I don't know, I guess the putter was bailing him out. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind the top 20.
Yeah. The tee to
looks like
green is always intriguing though. We're always
yeah,
questionable with him too. It's kind of like
right.
kind of like Victor
Yeah.
Wyndham for sure. Any other outrights you're looking at?
Down there, man, I think it's a little, probably won't go too much as far as that, but I mean, hey, my guy Cam Young looking T7 last week, 250 to 1, man. He's back.
Oh boy.
He's back. Obviously, he's not going to win, but that's another guy you can maybe take a top 20 flyer on.
Yep.
If the game's back, like off the tees, it's great. He gained off the tee, strokes gained total. He gained last week. The putter almost gained 2 strokes, so that's good. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe a top 20 on him as well.
Any other placements that we haven't talked about that maybe pop out to you? Top 10s or top 20s?
Top 20s. I know we went over Reed. I think that 210 range. I think Reed's there. Day and Berger are all around 210. Don't hate them for top 20. Maybe Cam Young would be like my only long shot top 20. I think he's coming in at, where's he at again?
He's like 500, isn't he?
450.
450.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be like my small long shot. And then in the 100 range, probably Cantley and Connors, I would say, in that range. I don't know if I'm gonna get too big on that, but there's some solid tournament matchups which we'll get into. But
Yep. I'm debating if I want to pull the trigger back on Hatton. Or not Hatton, sorry, Lowry. But my cash cow. I mean, it's like, why would I not continue to go with my guy?
Yeah.
Why? Even though I went against him last week, so I don't know. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still debating that, but he checks a lot of boxes. He's been playing phenomenal golf all year long, so can't go wrong there. But yeah, so discuss some top 10s, top 20s. We discussed some outrights there. So let's get into the final segment here. We got our tournament matchups that will go off of for the full tournament matchups. Last week, let's see. I went, like I said, I faded my boy Shane Lowry. Had Berger over Lowry, and that was, I was embarrassed to say the least to put that out there. And then I think you had Wyndham over Rob Mack, right? That did not go as well because Wyndham decided to not do so hot. But Mac was okay. He was like -4 or whatever. It was just, he was just
do anything.
Yeah.
But
So coming off of 2 losses, we are going to go 2 wins here. So let's pick some tournament matchups here as we look towards some options of who to target for the full tournament here. You got anybody in mind so far?
There was a few. I'm surprised there weren't as many that I liked. Usually with the major, they kind of give you a lot of options. This one was a little not the greatest, but I like off the Rip Finau going to go back to fading McIntyre. Finau over McIntyre at -110. There's Aaron Rye over Sergio at -110.
There you go. That's pretty wild.
That's the Sergio. I don't understand it. And then I think Keith Mitchell over Ben On's another one that kind of intrigued me as well. I know it's always scary to take Keith Mitchell because of the putter. I mean, we saw it last week. The dude can't make anything over the weekend. But any you like?
I'm debating on Spieth over Hovland -110. I don't understand that line.
Yeah,
I mean,
that as well.
Victor's approach has been great, but his off the tee has been real bad. So, I mean, he hasn't gained a stroke on three of his last tournaments. So, but his approach has probably saved him. So I think that's probably what I'm going to go with, but I'm going to keep going here a little bit. But that's what I'm leaning right now. That or Burns over McNeely.
That's a good one. There's one that I don't know if I want to be this guy taking the chalk, but Patrick Reed -160 over Dustin Johnson.
Oh God! I mean, take a -160.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I don't think.
I think I'm going to go Spieth over Hovland. I'm gonna put my faith in Jordan this week. Just that he's gonna be up there. He's gonna be up there. I don't know if he's gonna officially win, but he's gonna be up there.
Yeah, I'm in between two. I don't think I can take the Reed one. That's not cool to do. So I'm not doing that. I'm trying to think. Let me see. I'm in between two. I'm between Finau over McIntyre or Rye over Sergio. But I guess Sergio has good course history here, which is interesting. I don't know when the last time he's played. Let me double check that. I guess 2022 he had a 20th here and then a 4th in 2019.
You faded Sergio correctly at the Masters, though. You faded him correctly there.
He did miss the cut. I just don't know. I just don't think his game's like where. It's just a matter of do I have the confidence in Rye? I mean, it's the same thing with Finau. I don't know if I have the confidence in him. So I think I'm gonna do it. I'll go Aaron Rye over Sergio.
Rye over Sergio. I like it. Fading Sergio at both the majors so far. I like it. I like the play. Yeah. All right. If anybody's got any additional questions, make sure you guys comment below. We will have our full cards out tomorrow evening. And then we will have round by round matchups, 3 balls, round scores in our respective Discords. So make sure you guys hit the links below to join them. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's cash some tickets, find another outright, and let's get after it for the second major of the year. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yep.
We'll see you guys.